Alright, so, this is the last world to do an analysis video on. After this, we are done. Now, I can't just stop with only Galados left. There's not really much to talk about here, so let's just get started. So, Galados is one of Miitopia's 2 post-game worlds. It is also commonly overshadowed by New Lumos. For good reason? Sure. Galados is just kind of a world that exists. I'll judge it on my 4 regular categories, like I did with all of the other worlds. Plot, music, visuals, and bosses. We'll start off with plot, because there is none. And honestly, I don't really think it needs any. New Lumos has no plot, and that's perfectly fine, as it has amazing everything else. As long as all the other stuff is good, plot not existing is fine. The visuals are honestly great. I feel like a beach world was honestly a given for a game such as Miitopia. There's also 3 different areas, which definitely brings variety, which is more than I can say about New Lumos. Midland Marsh and Seaside Grotto are very similar to Wetland Way from Next Door and River Deep Cavern from Greenhorn, and those already looked good, so these look good as well. The regular Galados also looks pretty nice. The music is also really good. The normal area just sounds exactly like you'd imagine. Seaside Grotto is just Miitopia underground music, whatever. Mainland Marsh sounds like it would come out of a medieval village, which does not really fit the visuals at all, but it is unique in the entire game, so sure, I'll take it. And with that, we're already at the last part, which is the bosses. They also do not exist. The closest we get to an actual boss is the replica Dark Lord, which also appears as a normal enemy, so nobody cares. The couple levels that look like Realm of the Fae can act as a boss, though. The levels there are hard as shit the first time, so sure, but it really sucks there aren't more than just no bosses. That would make Galados so much more memorable. Pretty much every world has a super memorable boss that can be directly associated with the world, like the Pharaoh, the Frog, the Dark Lord, the Darker Lord, the General, and so on. New Lumos has 8 super memorable bosses in Tower of Despair in the Switch version, but Galados has nothing. It has this thing at most, and to me, that's what makes it so forgettable. Besides the elf job and the horror realm of the Fae-esque levels, it really is just a collection of normal Miitopia levels, and that's why it's so overshadowed by New Lumos. I feel like, to end this video off, I should probably give, like I did with the Powder Peaks video, a way to basically improve Galados. And honestly, I feel like the only way to keep everything else the same but also make Galados unique is to add just like some post-game stuff. Just add like actual stuff, you know, like how every single world up to Carcaton has a different village. Like there's Greenhorn Town next door and the Fae Mushroom Place. I feel like having one of those for Galados would make the world a lot more memorable and just have more bosses. Basically make it like a reprise of Greenhorn next door and Realm of the Fae, instead of just having it be a romp through some regular levels and then some hard random Realm of the Fae type levels, and then unlocking the elf boss after defeating a pseudo boss that then reappears as a normal enemy. And that's really it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.